Hey everybody, Ed from the Daily Downshift here. So this story actually came out a couple of weeks ago, but it caught my interest over the weekend because I saw some people doing AI renderings of what a new Ram SUV would look like. And I gotta say, a lot of them really caught my attention. So let's dive into the story a little bit in case you haven't heard. Ram will launch its first SUV in 2028 with gas and plug-in hybrid setups. So as you jump into the story, a couple of the big things. One, Stellantis is going to invest like $13 billion dollars in the US. They announced specifically in the Warren truck plant, they're going to invest a couple $100 million where they want to make a three-row SUV. So that's a direct competitor to the Tahoe, the Suburban, the Nissan Armada, partially even against its own, the Jeep, was it the Jeep Wagon? So Ram hasn't had an SUV in a really long time. And I think, for Ram fanboys or even for just people that are looking for options, this caught your attention. I know I'd personally be interested in a three-row Ram SUV if it had either a high output Hurricane in it or maybe a souped up Hemi in it. We're still a couple years away, and I know that Hemi engine's getting a little long in the tooth. So that gives them some time to kind of overhaul that a little bit. They haven't released an official name just yet of what these new SUVs, whether it's the gas powered or the plug-in hybrids, what they'll be called. I know a lot of us think that automatically it'll be a Ram Charger. I'm not sure. That's an old badge that they had that they could continue to reuse. So I'm curious from a price point standpoint, the Wagoneer tends to be at the top of the range. In fact, I know that my wife and I looked at one and we decided to pass. One, I really didn't like the look of it. I just thought it looked fat and ugly. And the price point was over 100K. And at the time, we decided to go with the Tahoe because it was over 30K less. And I actually thought we got a much better vehicle at that time for the price range. I'm hoping that Ram would come out with something that would be significantly cheaper than the Ram Wagoneer, or excuse me, than the Jeep Wagoneer, and it would be somewhere in tune of 50 to 70K, depending on engine setup and trim levels. How many of you would be interested in potentially a new plug-in kind of hybrid versus the gas powered version? Gas powered, I know, Scout's coming out with two versions of their truck and SUV. They're coming out with the all electric and they're coming out with a range extended version as well. And I think I saw there was a lot of stories going around at the time, but it was something like 97% of the initial people that had put money down for one of the Scout vehicles, they had put in a reservation for the plug-in version and not the full electric. Now I wonder if Scout had been offering a traditional gas-powered truck and SUV, if that number still would have looked that way or if more people would have swayed towards the gas powered. Of course, here's the dude concept, one of the new Ram trucks coming out. I would say that some of the things I'm seeing coming out of Ram lately are pretty exciting. It really looks like they're investing back in the company and they're trying to come out with some really cool things. So curious, followers, you're not a follower, you're just somebody that likes SUVs and trucks. Are you interested in a new Ram SUV? Let me know what you think. I know I'd like to see more and hear more about it. So talk to you guys later.